as I'm looking in the corner and a certain child is emptying the ball pit that I have. Stop it.
Oh, that girl.
No. All right, just for everybody, just to just real quick to pan off to. Stop
Oh
it.
my goodness.
Stop it.
If anybody's wondering if the terrible twos are a real thing, yes, they are. And it goes into the terrible threes, and four starts getting a little better.
Welcome in everybody to ZB's Horsepower Talk. As always, I'm ZB Zach Brown, and joining with me as always is former 410 Sprint Car crew chief and mechanic, my dad, Jeff Brown. Make sure you guys like, follow, subscribe anywhere you get your podcast platform, YouTube channel, all social media platforms. We do this every single week, usually either Wednesday or Thursday it gets released. Let's get into what we saw this past week in racing, kicking it off right away with our most recent guest, the Knoxville Nationals champion of this year. For the first time in 40 years, the Knoxville Nationals champion is also the Tuscarora 50 champion. Ryan Timms wins the Tuscarora 50. Absolutely dominating performance in the second half of the race. As soon as he got the lead, he never looked back, and he was gone. He won by like over 6 seconds. It was absolutely incredible to see. We kind of called it, said, don't be surprised if he
Yep.
makes a run at this. I don't know if we really expected him to win, but damn, he did.
Well, I don't want to say that he won because he was on our show, but I'm not going to say that. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
I mean, I think it just either gave him good luck, gave him that extra boost of confidence. Of course, why not?
But it was pretty neat. I saw he posted somebody asked, like on the red flags, they stop halfway, and he changed from a 1 inch wicker bill on the wing. I think he said an inch and 3/32. So, and after that, he said that thing was just on a rail. Now, Tuscarora 50 is a little different than Knoxville. Knoxville, you can change tires, which, if you remember in our interview, he said he changed both of his rear tires. At Tuscarora 50, you cannot change tires. So he had definitely the right tire combination, and adding that worker bill, he was just gone. And we said he likes those big, wide, fast half miles, and that track was very, similar in the way Knoxville gets, where it's kind of slick through the middle and you got the top and the very bottom. And yeah, he hit it perfect. And congratulations to him. That was pretty awesome to see.
Yeah, and so they have an open red flag. You're able to really adjust everything on the car except the tires,
Yep.
refuel it, get it set up. A lot of things can happen in red flags. I thought the 69K was going to be a lot better in the second half. It just kind of stayed stagnant around the 10th place the entire time. Uh, wasn't bad, just wasn't great. Didn't really make up a whole lot of ground. And um, I mean, nobody was going to catch Ryan, but I was hoping to see maybe get in the top five. Well, Ryan Timms, Ryan Smith, hopefully get in the top five. Apparently, too many Ryans in racing. Um, but I mean, at 19 years old, I mean, just already making
Just
winning the
he
biggest
just
races.
races with such maturity. I mean, it's like you don't see
Nothing,
19-year-old kids drive that smooth for the
and he
most
just
part.
and nothing. Well, I don't know.
I mean, Corey
I,
Day. I mean, there's a
well,
few.
listen, I don't know if he was really smooth as he was at Knoxville because he was running the crap out of that thing on
Yeah.
that damn wall. He was almost macroing it a little bit. He was up on that coach. I mean, he was getting every bit of that racetrack. He was getting everything he could out of it, and he was running the hell out of it. Especially that restart where he ended up taking the lead. I mean, he just dove it in and said, "No, this is mine," and he just
Yeah.
took it and never looked back. Gets through lap traffic better than I've seen most people get through. He just runs it so hard and he doesn't mess around with lap traffic. Gets by them and moves on. Doesn't or lack of better terms, doesn't dick around.
Yeah.
Gets through the lap traffic and just makes sure he gets there better than everybody else. That's how we won by over 6 seconds. Because in sprint car racing, if you're ahead by like a second or two, it's different from asphalt racing. You can make that up in a couple laps easily as long as people are hitting lap traffic at the right time. But shoot, he was getting through it too easily. And Port Royal's a little bit wider than some of these tracks, so he's able to like maneuver through them. Uh, the car was just fantastically set up, and they didn't have a wasted trip. driving from Oklahoma
Yeah.
all the way to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, so waiting to see some Tuscarora 50 winter merch. So the last time it was done was 1985 when Doug Wolfgang won both the Knoxville Nationals, and Wolfgang did it in 84 and 85, and then Kenny Weld did it in 74, 3-4,
The
something like that.
well, the thing is, people don't usually race both races.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. And now lately, with high limit coming into effect over the last couple years, those drivers usually will race because it is a high limit race in Tuscarora. They also race in Knoxville, so that happens. The chances of it happening are higher now than they used to be, but it hasn't been done. I mean, the Kyle Larsons haven't done it. Steve Kinser's, which he doesn't. I don't know if Steve Kinser's ever raced the Tuscarora 50.
I don't
Maybe he
know.
has.
Yeah.
I
It
just
used
don't
to
think that
not
ever
be a
worked out.
sanctioned
But
race. So
those big names like that have not done it. I mean, yeah, you said last time was Doug Wolfgang. So Ryan Timms is in pretty good, or not Doug, yeah. So Ryan
yeah.
Timms in good company. So after
Yeah.
40 years of that, so awesome! Congratulations to him. I do hope that I get to see him come to the World Finals. I meant to ask that the last time, and that's the question I forgot to ask
Yeah, I
him.
was thinking about that after we signed off. It'd be cool if he comes down to Charlotte.
Yeah, and there's a possibility there's no other racing really going on, and it's a pretty big purse to win that. And I mean, it's the World Finals. It's Wednesday through Saturday. It's pretty big. I if he races that, I might have to work an off duty and go and pretty much you got a badge and a gun, you can go anywhere you want on the track. So they don't really care what you do. So if he does that, that'd be really cool. I'll have to actually send him a message and see if that's maybe when he gets a little closer, see if he's going to do that. I wish he was going to go to the National Open. I'd like to see how he races at Williams Grove, especially with all this momentum that he's had.
Yeah.
He said he's not going to do that. He's probably got some other racing he's going to be doing. Um, and he said that he wants to stay with obviously with his team, but I'm telling you, there's got to be a sponsor out there that wants to pick up that whole entire team and get him racing in the high limit series. I
You
think
know,
that would be a series if he does a national touring one. The high limit one would fit best. Not as many races, not as a grueling a schedule to where they could get around as a smaller team
yeah.
as opposed to the big multi-million dollar World of Outlaws ones.
But Tony Stewart's probably looking for a
Yeah,
driver.
well,
I don't know if he would.
he would say he said it would have to be something just absolutely so great that he couldn't
Yeah.
refuse it.
Yeah. Oh, I'd
Otherwise,
love
he
to
wants to
see
stay
just
with what
somebody put some extra money in his team, and
I,
maybe get a little extra help because it's tough on the road. You need all the help you can get, and
but the thing is, you've got to if you're an owner of a big company like that, like Tony's and all these other ones, you see a driver with that much talent and with the likelihood that Corey Day is going to be racing in NASCAR full time starting next year, and we'll talk about that too, because I'm got some pretty good idea what's about to happen. Uh, Pick him up before somebody wants to start getting him onto asphalt and they lose him to asphalt racing, which sounds like he wants to stay in dirt racing, so that's always good.
yeah, things change.
But yeah, the Tuscarora 50, I want to say it was a good race. It was good up until halfway, and then it was just domination.
Yeah.
But it was good to see him win. The track was really good throughout the entire week.
Yeah.
They always do a really good job of prepping that track, and it was packed, sold out crowd once again. Awesome to see that. And yeah, we're
Yeah.
getting
Just quick, Macri wins the first night, which I figured he was gonna be tough. And the one that's impressive was Aaron Reitzel, who had, he broke his foot a few weeks ago. He's on crutches. He gets in and he wins the second night. And he said he can't even feel I don't know if it was the throttle pedal or the brake pedal
that's
or
good.
something like that. And that's impressive how he was able to do that with a broken foot.
I'm hoping it's the brake pedal and not the throttle because you can work the throttle more than the worrying about
Yeah,
brakes.
that brake pedal pushes hard though. I mean, that's you don't have
Yeah,
power brakes in those things. So
well they they
yeah,
made it work.
he did a great job. So
Yeah, that was cool to see. That was really of course
it was good. It
that
was
that
good
would
racing. I mean, for the most part. I mean, if you're a Ryan Timms fan, it was great racing.
yeah. Well, that would have been the one to go to. Obviously, I didn't work last weekend, so it would have been a possibility. But we want to get back to our segment real quick. Out of the house. Nope. Off camera. That's the section. How that Out of the house is what the Kelsey brothers do. No, off camera. So off camera for me, the reason I didn't go to the Tuscarora 50, I went to App State for the App State football game up in Boone, North Carolina, and first time my son Chandler got to go with us. So we got to cheer on App, have a very lackluster performance, but they ended up winning. It was really good experience. He loved that. Like I say, he's never been to a football game up there, so it was a lot of fun. I'll put a quick video on the screen while I'm talking about it of him cheering on App, and it was really cool. It's always awesome to get up to App. It's just a beautiful scene, and it's just a lot of fun. We didn't really tailgate. The where we went to, he was able to just kind of like throw the football around, and they gave us like this little free football after he bought an App State cup. And he was throwing that around, having a ball, and it was great, and never poured down rain like it did back home. So we lucked out with that. So that was fun. That's what our off camera thing was. I know what you want to talk about off camera, and it has something to do with cleaning around a pool.
So that wasn't
This is
what
going to get posted on the screen. So
okay, yeah, that's good. So we had our palm trees. We actually had one taken down and the rest of them trimmed. So around our pool and everyone here in Florida, you have a pool cage. So it was had a bunch of debris from the trees on the pool cage. So my wife has the blower. She's out, trying to blow the off the cage to the end so we can get it off. And she's going around the inside of the pool and got to the corner and misjudged the corner and splash. It was and she laughs at it, so it's cool. But it was the funniest thing. Every time I watch it, it gets funnier every time. Because the worst part is I'm more worried about my leaf blower. I'm like, she can swim, she's fine. The leaf blower is 6.5 feet down in the bottom of the pool. But luckily the pool is 85 degrees and not 65.
did the leaf blower make it, or is it still broken?
No, I think it's dead.
Worth it.
Oh, that was funny.
It's almost as funny as when you see the cats fall into the pool. But yeah, that was that was yeah.
No, and
I don't have
the
anything
funny thing
more.
is,
Sorry,
I've
Mom.
caught myself a couple of times right at the edge, like either cleaning the pool and you just kind of not paying
It
attention, you
really would have
step, and
been
it's like,
funny if you
whoop,
tried to. It really would have been great if you tried to like catch her before she fell in, and both of you ended up in the pool. I might have peed myself if I saw
that would have been funny.
that. All right, so let's move on to NASCAR recap. What we saw at Gateway with explosions, pyrotechnics, all of that stuff. As I'm looking in the corner, and a certain child is emptying the ball pit that I have. Stop it!
Oh, that girl.
No. All right, just for everybody, just to like, just real quick to pan off to. Stop
Oh
it!
my goodness.
Stop it!
If anybody's wondering if the terrible twos are a real thing, yes, they are. And it goes into the terrible threes, and four starts getting a little better.
Well, see, Chandler wasn't that bad at two. It's when three hit, he was worse. But daggum.
Oh, it's the second child, Zach. You weren't that bad. Your brother? Yeah.
Anyways, back to Gateway. Uh, Kind of a weird race. Um, in a way that the strategies that people were playing out, a lot of them didn't work.
Yeah.
And the faster cars kind of got backed up into the middle of the pack. The restarts were fantastic, though. They had three wide for restarts, put on really good racing there. But once again, Denny Hamlin prevails in this type of racing. So Joe Gibbs has two cars locked into the round of 12 now, and going into Bristol. Kyle Larson was one of the fastest cars to begin the race, first stage and a half ish of Gateway. He's safe. He's going to Bristol with a 60-point cushion. He's going to be locked in.
Yeah.
But uh, the Joe Gibbs cars are looking good to start off the playoffs. Now, they traditionally do. That's something you've seen, that Joe Gibbs cars look really good at the beginning of these playoffs. And then something happens around round of 8, mistakes happen, and sometimes they get to the round of the final round, and that's when just catastrophe hits between Denny Hamlin,
Well,
Christopher Bell. They just have the worst luck, the championship four and the round of eight.
well,
Um,
pressure gets tougher every round, So now,
the
now they had such big point cushions, the pressure's not there. You
well,
start getting down to where you're close to
Well,
that
I will
cutoff line
say
when mistakes happen.
all the Toyotas have been really impressive between 2311 and Joe Gibbs. Like Tyler Reddick, he was right at the border of the cutoff, and he's made up a lot of points. Chase Briscoe has looked really, really strong.
Yeah, that's surprising.
I mean, Christopher Bell's going to kind of do his thing. He's kind of just hanging around there. He finished seventh. He was pissed off though. If you heard anything,
Yeah, he had some pit road issues.
yeah, he was mad about it. I mean, he had a good car, and he's got every right to be mad. And Bubba Wallace, he's fourth in the playoff standings right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that thing's he's been since Indy, he's been real good everywhere.
yeah. So and so let's talk about the playoff standings. I have it right here. So Denny Hamlin, Chase Briscoe moved on. Kyle Larson's going to move on. Bubba Wallace is going to move on. That's pretty much guaranteed. Very, very likely Ryan Blaney, unless just explosions happen at Bristol, he'll make it. Byron, Reddick, they'll all make it. Christopher Bell will. We're going to go down the whole way. The ones that aren't safe, and I'm even going to say it, probably the whole right at Joey Logano, right about 10th place. He's 21 points, but 21 points can go away like that at
Especially at
Bristol.
Bristol.
And it's happened to Joey before. He's gone with a cushion at the cutoff before the round of 12, and he's lost out on it. He's also gone in and went on to win championships. Austin Cindric's right on the edge right now with 11-point cushion. So drivers that actually have been decently impressive. Austin Dillon's one of them. He's hanging around. He's got a shot to make it in on points. He's got to have a solid day, and anything can really happen at Bristol. It's one of those wild card type races. Shane Van Gisbergen, again, it is Bristol. I know he's not great at ovals, which he was actually running well at Gateway, and then
He's gotten better.
all of a sudden it just kind of fell off.
Yeah.
Those two have a shot to make it in on points. They just have to have solid days and a little bit of luck on their side. But Alex Bowman, Josh Berry, it's a must-win situation now. They have to win at
Yeah.
Bristol, and both of them have a shot. Hendrick's traditionally very good at Bristol. And Josh Berry's a very good short track racer, so he can win. He could very much win Bristol as well. So that's the storylines heading into here. Don't be shocked if Josh Berry wins. He just had some bad luck. It just kind of caught up
He's
with
had
him.
some real bad luck.
And Alex Bowman's had bad luck all year. Like since the Daytona 500, he's just had bad luck. Poor
Yeah,
guy
and
just can't catch
he's
one.
been fast, and he actually did make up quite a few points last week. So they were actually relatively happy that they were in less of a hole going into this week than they were last week. So one race at a time, I guess.
Um, well, we might as well preview it. It's Bristol, baby, and it's the Bristol Night Race.
Yeah,
This is the This is one that's really, really good. And Bristol's been very good with this setup too. If there is one short track that has been good, and this car has been progressively getting better on the short tracks. And I'll be honest, it probably has been the best year that it's had on short tracks. There's been better racing, and it's a cutoff race. There's going to be a lot of take, not a lot of give.
yeah,
And it's going to be I mean, there's 500 laps, but it's going to be from lap one. They're going to see a lot of aggression in this race. Drivers like Larson, he's probably just going to go for the win. Might as well. He's already locked into the next one. Try to get some of those extra points to try to move on into further rounds. Uh, and then you're going to have the drivers below the cutoff go for the win. The ones about the middle, they just want to have a solid day. They just really do want to just get through it and avoid wrecks at Bristol. I mean, obviously everyone wants to win at Bristol, but you're going to see a lot of people be a little more conservative between the 7th and 10th point standings right here. So,
yeah. You
um,
you might see the second half of the point ladder where the guys might stay out to get stage points, where other people may not stay out, or they'll pit just to get the track position after the fact. You're going to see some different strategies just as far as getting that extra, 5, 10 points, and even one playoff point for winning the stage.
one thing with Bristol is that it is a triple header this week, so it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights, and Caleb Costner gets a shot in the Truck Series
Oh, good for
to
Caleb.
race. So what I found out is that their crew obviously they don't have a lot of the funding like these big teams and everything. So they have basically one extra set of sticker tires. So they don't have a lot of tires to really work with. So that's a lot of it. They're not able to get that all taken care of. But learning at Bristol, have the opportunity to race a Bristol Night Race is really really cool.
Yeah,
Just hopefully it has a clean race, and it is a truck series, so a lot of the drivers they do a lot of take, they never give,
yeah.
and being in the playoffs doesn't help either. So we don't preview the truck series right now, but if I had to take a guess, it's going to be Corey Heim. Um,
Shocker.
that's just a dominant performance. Yeah. Xfinity's there as well. So one thing I kind of foreshadowed earlier about Corey Day. So my prediction right now is that Junior Motorsports is going to announce that Corey Day is going to race full time in the Xfinity Series to take over for
Connor.
Connor.
I I hope
He's
so.
he's raced he raced that
I know Hendrick wants to hang on to him for sure.
well, and I mean being Hendrick affiliated with that and being the chance to run full time, I think you'll see that. Don't be shocked if Alex Bowman's on his last year or two in his contract and he gets the boot just based on just his performance. Thank you for that. I got a unicorn.
Okay.
Um, but don't be shocked if Bowman kind of unfortunately just ends up getting fired really let go separate ways whatever you want to call it and Corey Day in a couple years takes over for that it would not shock me.
No.
Um, Now, moving on to the Cup Series at Bristol, we kind of talked about it. Expect Josh Berry to be in the running for it. He's desperate and he's good at short track to be racing hard for it. I just don't think Bowman's going to win. I don't really think Bowman really has a shot to win. I think the thing is that it's Murphy's Law and it's going to happen again to him probably. He's probably going to get caught up in a wreck. I just see it happening and honestly, if I had to take a shot and just randomly guessing, I don't think anybody in the bottom four is going to move on. That's just my bold prediction. It's not really
Yeah, I'd
that
agree with
bold, but
that.
I don't see them. I could randomly see Austin Dillon just having a top
He's
10
got the best
finish.
shot of them all.
Yeah, I could see him randomly have a top 10 finish and like say Cindric or somebody Rex. I could see that happening. Um, let's get into our NASCAR fantasy, our predictions for Bristol. I'll go first this time. I finished last at fantasy, so I only have a 70-point cushion. Got to do a little bit better here. I honestly wasn't paying attention to what stage they were in last week, but it really wouldn't have made a difference. Um, it was kind of
Yeah,
one of those
my
things that just kind of
my
happened.
garage driver was as bad as the my worst
Yeah,
driver.
it was
So
good through like the second stage, and then the third stage just kind of threw everybody off. But trying to bounce back at it this week. So for my starting lineup heading into Bristol, I'm going with a lot of big names once again on this one, kind of going hard at it. So starters are Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin. You have to start those two. Those are the two best drivers at Bristol in the last 5 years. I've got William Byron, Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, and in my garage I have Chase Briscoe. Those Toyotas are too dang good to just pass up to having them in your lineup right now. The feature matchups, they have Austin Cindric versus Shane Van Gisbergen. I don't really think that's hard to choose. It's Austin Cindric for me. Ross Chastain versus Bowman. Once again, I just think Bowman's just going to end up having a bad day. I just, unfortunately, I see that happening. I got Ross Chastain. Chase Elliott versus Joey Logano. I have Chase Elliott in that one. And Josh Berry versus Austin Dillon. I'm gonna take a shot here. I'm gonna go with Josh Berry, but don't be shocked if Austin Dillon randomly has a top 10 day because he does that just every so often.
yeah.
Go ahead with your stuff.
So we are a little different. So my starters, I have Kyle Larson, Joey Logano. I think Joey's got to get a good finish here. Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, and in my garage I have Christopher Bell. So in the matchups, I have Austin Cindric over SVG, Now I picked Bowman over Chastain. I think Bowman's at least I think he's got to try. So who knows? But I do have Chase Elliott over Joey Logano, and I have Josh Berry over Austin Dillon. Just out of
DraftKings
desperation
must picks this week are Kyle Larson. Denny Hamlin's a good pick. It says avoid Joey Logano, but I'm with you. He's due for a finish. Avoid Kyle Busch and the sleepers Christopher Bell, which I don't know how you really say
how
Christopher
do you
Bell's
put
a
Christopher Bell as
sleeper.
a
I mean, he's
sleeper?
like a
Yeah,
championship front runner here.
yeah.
So to pick the picks to win the race, I can Joe Gibbs go for three in the first round? I think they do. I have Christopher Bell winning at Bristol, the Bristol Night Race. I think I've picked Christopher Bell more times than anybody else this year. I don't think I've gotten a single one right. So I'm sorry, C. Bell, but I think he's got a good shot to win it. They're just doing stuff so well right now in Joe Gibbs.
So I'm going out on a different limb here. I'm going to go with Ryan Blaney on this one. He's been fast everywhere, gets taken out by Larson, still comes back from a good finish.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan Blaney does get around Bristol. So mom's pick is Kyle Larson. So there, put your money on that one.
Well, Ryan Blaney had a good shot at Gateway until when we picked Larson in our lineups. He's like, let me just yeet Blaney into the stands. And that was just a poor decision by Larson. There's no other way to say
Yeah,
it.
he
Or
said he
Larson,
just flat out screwed up. I mean,
yeah, and he
it
admitted to it.
definitely
At least
wasn't
he admitted to
intentional,
it. And Blaney and Larson never fought. They actually had a discussion because I think Blaney knew, like, yeah, Larson knew he messed up, and he was Larson gets pissed when he does stupid stuff like that.
yeah.
So he takes it harder than a lot of the drivers will. I at least like that he takes accountability for that. I think that does it. So
Well, one thing they announced, Denny Hamlin announced his retirement at the end of next year.
okay, so farewell tour next year,
Yep.
which he just signed a 2-year extension.
I don't know if this whole lawsuit with the 2311's got anything to do with this, or it's just, I mean, he
If
is
Denny if Denny
44
Hamlin
years old right now,
if Denny
and
Hamlin wins the championship this year, it wouldn't surprise me if he retires this year.
it's very possible. I think he would finish out next year just to have a farewell tour.
Um, well, then you got to do it, Junior Hendrick. Pick up Corey Day before Joe Gibbs plucks him.
Yeah,
That's and Joe Gibbs has got some good drivers in the Xfinity and truck
yeah.
program.
Like Corey Heim needs to be brought
Yeah,
up.
I think Corey Heim can transition into the Cup Series like now.
Yeah,
He's raced some races in the Cup Series, and there's a lot of similarities between the trucks and the Cups and the Cup cars. So they even say they're like if you go to Xfinity and go to Cup, it kind of screws you up a little bit. But the driving style and the way the way they handle all of that is they translate very well from truck to Cup Series. So he's got it. He's just so dominant. It's like a Kyle Busch type of dominance in the
yeah.
truck series. It's not even fair. But I don't have anything left. Is that all you had?
That's
Because I
it.
didn't
That's all
actually
I
see that
got.
retirement. I must have missed that today. Like it was
Yeah.
announced today.
I don't know if it's 100% announced, but it's going to be one of those world's worst kept secret type
Yeah,
things.
I mean not surprising. I mean he's
Yeah.
I mean he's
Like I
mid
said, he's
40s.
44 years old. He's got a young family. I mean,
He's
it's
already got a Hall of Fame career, whether he wins a championship or not.
yeah.
So
Yep.
all right. Well, that does it this week. We'll see how Bristol shakes out, and we'll go over some more sprint car racing, and we'll actually preview Charlotte. We might do some more trackside stuff at Charlotte next week because we're expected to be trackside for the Carolina
NHRA.
Nationals in the countdown next week. So we'll get some NHRA content on the channel and have some fun with that. So make sure you guys go check that Ryan Timms interview out. Awesome guest to have. Probably have him on again in the future. It was a lot of fun, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yep. Bye, everybody.